In my hand right now is Xiaomi's Mi A2. At the time of its launch, it received a bittersweet response from critics, including me. Compared to the OG Mi A1, the Mi A2 improved upon the camera and the performance of the phone, but it was a step back in battery life and the overall heft of the device. It also skipped the 3.5mm jack. But now, exactly a year after A2's launch, Xiaomi has launched the successor, the Mi A3. Let's open it up and see if it's just another incremental upgrade or the real deal. Now that it's out of the box, let's take off this plastic while it's the cleanest. It's gonna catch all the fingerprints now. So let's take this off and listen to the satisfying sound of plastic. And on the back as well, so it probably comes off from here. That's it. Okay, that's pretty neat looking. It has that rainbow tinge to it. Looks very good. But this is something new for Xiaomi. So if you look over here, this is the branding that Xiaomi has never used in any other smartphone that it has launched, be it worldwide or be it, in India. Until now, Xiaomi has only used this kind of a branding, which is, a Mi, simply Mi at the center. But now it has, opted for a different kind of a design. There's also this Android One branding right on the bottom of that. And let's check it out. The Mi A3 has a very different DNA altogether when compared to the Mi A2. This was designed by Chinese art students, and the CC in the name stands for cool and chic. But like I said, it's very different from the Mi A2, and that's basically because this is a completely new platform. But in terms of specs, some of them are similar, some of them are a little different, so let's talk about that. So first off, when I turn this phone up, you will be able to see the biggest difference between these two phones, and that is the display. So the display, it's an AMOLED display, but it's of a lower resolution when compared to the Mi A2's display. This one is a full HD 1080p display, and this one is a 720p display. So let's boot it up and see how the home screen looks. I have already logged into this. So there we go. So whatever you expect from an AMOLED screen, vibrance, punchy colors, saturated colors, and even pitch blacks, because this has infinite contrast ratio, and you don't have to worry if you're watching some dark movies, like Sabrina. It's a really dark show, but if you're watching it on this phone, you would probably be able to make the most of it. So it has a lot of other things going on for it except the display. So Xiaomi has included the in-display fingerprint scanner. So it lies somewhere around here. I'm not sure if you would be able to catch it, but in other phones, you tend to catch it under reflection. So let's try it out. Let's go to the settings and let's set this device up. So fingerprint. Let's see how quickly it opens up my phone. So okay, cool. All right. So now you know the password to my phone, which is a little sensitive for me. Okay, so now it's asking me to keep my fingers on this spot. So there you go. Okay, lift, 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 multiple repeat. Okay, we're getting there. We'll get there. Okay, that was pretty straightforward because it didn't ask me to, put in the edges of my fingers. So let's try it. Huh. That's actually faster than I expected, because if you compare it with my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, this one, it's almost comparable. And this one actually has more reads than that one. So, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with this. It's not bad. Until now, I've always thought that fingerprint scanners always belong to the back of phones because, their execution is not very good. But this one is actually probably one of the best that I've used in the business. Okay, all right, that's a change. Now, what else is going on for the phone? It has a USB Type-C just like its predecessor, and it is a little slimmer to hold, and that's very important because this phone, you could topple it just while using it. It was incredibly heavy as well. It was about 4 or 5 grams heavier than its predecessor. But this one, it's slimmer. If this was a thick boy, this one is a fit boy. You turn it back, and the first thing you see are the 3 cameras, then there's the flash, and of course the Xiaomi branding that I talked about. But there's also a lot going inside the phone. So this phone is powered by Snapdragon 665 processor. Now, the Mi A2 was powered by the Snapdragon 660. What does that 5-point difference mean? It's not much. In terms of performance, it's just an incremental upgrade. And surprisingly, the clock speed of this is a little lower than this one. This one had 4 cores clocked at 2 GHz, and this one has 4 cores, 4 performance cores, clocked at 1.95 GHz. But the main reason why this is better than this is because of its AI and ML capabilities. AI is artificial intelligence, ML is machine learning. So that would be helping you out in a lot of scenarios like, taking photos or learning the way you use the phone. Google is emphasizing on that with the Pi. So this phone is running Android 1 like its predecessor, the Mi A2. And it is a vanilla Google Android experience, no frills, nothing. It's just clean Android. There's no skin of any sort. It does come with a little bit of bloatware, so it has the Mi Community app and pre-installed Amazon. And other than that, it's just clean. It also has the Mi Store, but it's a Mi device, so it probably comes with that. Other than that, it's just clean. It's light. Even when I'm trying to go through different applications, it's pretty snappy. And the animations are not blown out of proportion. The animations are pretty good. Now, in the notification bar, it's the same deal. There are no scrollable notifications, the status icons. And I haven't inserted the SIM, that's why it's showing emergency calls only, but then I'll probably start using this phone in a few days, OS. And also, it has the capability to run the 48 MP sensor, and this one has that. So right over here, it reads 48 MP AI camera. That's because the first lens has that 48 MP sensor. The second one is an 8 megapixel camera, ultra wide. Samsung uses it. And the third one is a 2 MP depth sensing camera that is used for bokeh and portrait photos. So let's try it out. Let's use the prop and let's take a photo. Okay. Okay, now it's prompting me to use the wide angle. All right, we'll use that. So that's one. Let's use the portrait mode. Let's see how well it takes. Okay, that's the second one, and let's try out the wide angle. I'm probably going to show you my studio. It's going to be exciting. Okay. Yep, that's the studio setup that we have. So let's review what we have. Okay, the 8 MP wide angle photos. Okay, the details are gone. The field of view is good, but the details are lacking over here. Let's try out this one. This is the portrait one, and this one is the regular one. So the portrait one, it's going to crop the photo out, but I think the edge detection is all right. It's not blown off. And the regular, the one with the 48 MP camera, it's actually supposed to give you better low light photography because, it has that 4 pixel binning kind of a thing going on for it. It merges 4 pixels and makes them into one really big pixel. So you have better low light photography performance. Doesn't matter. Let's check out the selfie camera. Okay, this one's a mixed bag. You can see it has completely blown off the shadows around my eyes. I look like a hollow creature without any eyes, but I think that was probably because of the angle I kept it on. It's just first impressions of it, just unboxing. So let's move on. Other than this, the Mi A2 was also criticized for its lackluster battery performance. The Mi A2 had a 3000 mAh battery, but this one is a massive upgrade. It's almost 1000 mAh more than this one. So this one, the Mi A3 has 4030 mAh battery, and I think it will be able to last way more than the Mi A2. It probably might be a day or a day and a half kind of a smartphone. Other than that, comes with the same 25-watt charger that the Mi A2 came with, and the cord also looks the same as the Mi A2. So that was it. That was the Mi A3 for you. We tried out the camera, we tried out the phone, we tried out the UI. If you think there's anything that was lacking in this, let us know in the comments. And if you want to read the full review of it, of the camera, of the performance, head over to hindustantimes.com/tech. This is Shubham Raheja, and I'll see you in the next one.